All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be Grand Finals versus Tuzzy Esports in LAIC Grand Finals. I am still a little sick, so I'm sorry for if my voice sounds a little nasally. That's also part of the reason why it took so long for this video to get out. But we also had a tournament this past weekend. Unfortunately, like three of us were super sick after LAIC Finals. So that was not the best situation. Hopefully the December Cup official UCS finals will go a lot better. Um, but fun fact about this team, I think this is the first time we've ever faced Brazil in an international tournament. So that's super sick. Like me, Overlord Curious, we have never face Brazil, especially this Brazilian team, which we scrim all the time, by the way. So it's not like we haven't like faced them, like just on the stage. We've never faced them. And for those of you that don't know the lore, on the past few years, Soto, Falb, and Lel were on a team with Baby Mazo, and this was the most recognizable Brazilian team, I believe. Last year they were signed to this org that was like 0-0. I don't know the correct way to pronounce that, but that's like the whole logo about it. But this year they split up, and I don't think there's any hard feelings at all. Baby Mazu just simply wanted to make the region stronger by making other teams more competitive. So he joined DMX, which was a second place team last year. I believe that's like the thought process because right now there's been only one Brazil team dominating the whole time. And so these three went off and made their own team. Beam also competed in this tournament, lost to Team YT, which I covered in my last video. You can check it out if you haven't. But without further ado, let's get into it. So draft here is we banned Slowbro because that was a core part of their draft in LAIC and Green as well. And we can afford to do this because we are first pick. First pick is extremely broken right now in all the metas, just because they keep releasing Pokemon that are extremely broken. For LAIC, it was Darkrai. Right now, Psyduck's really broken, although they did nerf it a bit, but I think it's still very broken. We will see, though. The patch just came out yesterday. So just keep in mind this is 2 patches ago, so things are going to be slightly different. But we're taking the Miraidon first pick. John Deco is really good at Miraidon, but mainly it's because Miraidon is just really broken in this meta. We knew they'd probably take the Umbreon Blissey core, which is what we wanted. And so our whole strategy here, without getting too much into specifics, again, it's the season, so I can't explain like everything to you guys like I usually do after Worlds. But our goal here is to give them a worse early game. So Umbreon Blissey, they have really shit early game in the lanes. And so this is going to allow us to kind of like steamroll, have a really good time early game, and use that point lead to just secure the late game advantage. So Pikachu, Surledge, this is all really standard picks, what we thought they would pick, really. This guy, Max, he only plays Greedent Surledge, so we knew he'd go in Surledge. And our comp is pretty decent into Surledge. Just for the fact that Urshi and Mimikyu can both afford to run full heal. Not every Pokemon can run full heal, so you pick those all-rounders that can pick full heal into Surledge. And if you didn't know, you can full heal the Surledge Unite move, and it will do 0 damage. So normally it does a fuck ton of damage. You full heal it at the right time, and it'll do 0 damage. So yeah. That's fast forward into the game. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize this, but it looks like Max is on the Blastoise and Falb is playing Surledge. So maybe a little misinformation there, but we've been doing this buff split all tournament, where the Urshi takes red, Mimikyu takes blue. This is the Onix I explained in my last video, and their Blissey leashes red, which is really interesting. But now we're just gonna do safes in top lane. On bot lane, you see we're contesting, and of course the camera is gonna follow Overlord, but I do think bot lane is a more interesting perspective right now. It's unfortunately not showing. We are brawling it out bot. Let's see who got that farm. I actually can't tell. I'm still a little out of it, but I'm gonna try to give you guys as much information as I can. Oh, okay, it was this game. So I remember there's one game I was so tilted because Kyrios missed like every secure on farm in the lane, and if you just got one secure, I would live. And we got like none of the farm, so it was very unfortunate. But we didn't actually practice Miraidon much before this tournament. We just started playing mid-tourney. We thought there's no way teams will give us Miraidon. And then in the tournament, we just got Miraidon like every game. And we're like, oh, I guess we have to play it a lot now. But huge 3v3 by them top. We do have a really strong 3v3 if the Urshi hits level 5. So he's gonna now take the jungle. Trainer is gonna stay top on Mimikyu. And this makes Blue or Shifu just extremely strong in the early game. I think this strategy is actually way stronger than having it pure jungle off the start. Of course, you need to pair it with a really strong support top laner. So if your team really loves to play Blissey, you cannot do this. It only really works with Mew and Hoopa. Psyduck would not work as well either. Just because Psyduck's so shit at farming in lane. But we're gonna rotate a lot to the bees now, and then we're gonna head bot and try to push this pad. And they have very low health bars, no berries. Otter hits a huge surf. That surf just won us the early game right there. Because even though we won top lane pretty hard, bot lane was not winning that hard. But now their bot pad is at 1 HP. We can break it whenever we want, which is going to be really big. In competitive, the bot tier 1 pad is an extremely important kind of like objective that you need to try to break in most games. And now we're just kind of 3 people stay bot here, and we're probably going to break this objective, I'm pretty sure, yeah. We're going to leave 1 person to rip the objective, or 2 people. Yeah, and then I'm going to rotate top, make sure they don't do top. And this is how you snowball the games. We are giving them a lot of comeback XP, so you'll see a lot of teams not break this early, and that is because they get all this farm right here, and it'll spawn a minute after they kill it. Which is really bad if you don't snowball the game. But our goal right now is to push the tier 2 pad, and breaking the tier 1 pads early is gonna help push the tier 2 pad a lot easier. So I did hard in tier. My heavy slam was not good, but luckily my team traded 1 for 1, so it's not the worst. And now we're just gonna have a 5v5 A round up here. I love when the games just devolve into like a 5v5 in the lanes. It's actually like a really fun game state. I enjoy it a lot. We're gonna have to use Miraidon Unite just for Umbreon, which isn't the best, but we do win the fight. We break their pad, and we did have to expend a lot of Unite moves. So they're doing really well, kind of holding on a bit. But we still believe, I think, that we are strong enough to push this pad. They are probably, yeah, they're gonna get Blastoise Unite. Will they get Pikachu Unite? I'm not sure. But yeah, they're bot right now, so we're just gonna push them really fast here, and they have a really good defense here. So yeah, they have Umbreon ult too, and yeah, Overlord and Otter go down. I die, but I die for Pikachu Unite. They Pikachu United me when I was 20%, so it's very worth. Now we have to hold the top pad 2v4. And Kyrios and Trainer do an insane job here. I remember this. I came back and the pad was full health, so I was like, good job, guys. Good shit. Oh, Otter's play here was amazing too. Huge solar beam there. I believe this Surlich doesn't die. This Trader had to wait a little on the Mimikyu there. But what went wrong on the top tier 2 push is I do think we could have pushed it. But Overlord needs to Unite move right away because it gives you damage reduction. So before he even like gets hit by Blastoise Unite, he should just Unite move to kind of have that damage reduction and dish out a ton of damage, not get stunned. Otter also didn't Unite move in time, so both Blue Urshi and Mew are kind of Unite moves you have to engage with. So if they get a good engage like that, it's not gonna go well for us. But yeah, on that bot objective, that's part of the reason why the tier 2 push top is so strong, because if you play it well most times, you can just get the bot objective for free afterwards. And I was jailing the Blissey the whole time, so there's really nothing much they could do. And here's a perfect example of what I was talking about. So Overlord ulted at the start of the fight, and he lived like 3 Unite moves. Like, let's see. I want to count how many Unite moves here. So Pikachu, Blissey, Blastoise. Yeah, Pikachu, Blissey, Blastoise. And I was really greedy here because I'm Buddy Barrier. I should have insta Buddy Barriered right here for Overlord because he's so low. But I do it now, so It was really late. I think I blocked first. But definitely really greedy by me there. I should just insta unite move. Because we're lucky they didn't have enough damage to burst him. And now we're denying XP, right? So the B spawn on their side, I'm blocking them backwards. And now they're showing up here, but we've already been ripping it, so they're just a bit late. And that's what Snorlax is so good at, is kind of, I didn't really do it there, but you've seen it on multiple objectives. I just stall them from getting to objectives, so if they're late, they can't do it. But if you have to set up early to an objective, like really early, which you do against Snorlax, you're going to lose so much farm on the map too. So that's part of the pressure that Snorlax applies. And this time the tier 2 bot Reggie is going to walk in. And if you're wondering why I heavy slam down here, I auto-aimed this heavy slam thinking it would go on the Umbreon after the Mimikyu unite. But I don't think the Umbreon was fully out yet. So I randomly went to Baltoy, and now we could have gotten 28 more points. But Overlord has, Mimikyu scores. So a little grief by me. But I don't think the team even noticed that. Hopefully they don't watch this video, because they did not even notice that I did that. Just a funny little insight. Trainer is jungle invading, so you can see here. The whole point of breaking the tier 1 pads is we invade their side, and so even if we die invading their side, the goal is just to be even in experience and have a huge lead in points. So as long as we're getting kills for kills, like that's our whole strategy this game. It's just we think we'll win in the late game team fight because we have really good scalers, like Blue Urshi's really good late game. All of these guys are really good late game. So as long as we're the same experience, so we just break those pads for the point lead to snowball early, and even though they'll be around the same level, which you can see their levels are pretty decent, we can convert that point lead. And this is exactly what I was talking about with Snorlax. So they're late to objective, they're trying to walk in, I block them out. There's nothing they can do. Even if the Umbreon dashes past me, like it's an Umbreon trying to secure solo versus 4 people, that'd be grief, they just die. Here I try to get out the Umbreon, but he plays it well, and we get vision on 5 people. So Otter's gonna walk towards top side now. That gives us really good rate pit position. And now Overlord's just gonna engage with Unite move because they're here, and he's level 14, so he can live through a lot. He lives the entire thing, which is insane. I mean, I think this showcase, like, Blue Urshi's still good. A lot of people wrote it off. But what's funny is Fennel actually played Blue Urshi right after LAIC in tournaments, I think. So they were playing it at all before. Yeah, that's like the game this tournament that showed Blue Urshi was really strong. 1 second, I really have to cough because I'm still sick. Okay, so on to the next game. I can show you guys damage numbers real quick at the end. All this doesn't matter, the game's already over. Oh, I'm using like the version they made on like the YouTube channel, where they like it's not the live stream, they cut up all the games, and it looks like they didn't show the damage after, so that's kind of sad. But if I had to guess, I think Overlord had like 100k most damage, and maybe the Miraidon had a lot of damage, but Mimikyu probably not. So on second pick, Darkrai was really broken in this patch, so we're banning Darkrai on second pick every single game, and then we ban Slowbro because it's a toss-up for whether Slowbro or Greedent is more core to their strategy. So if you saw Tuzzy versus Nouns, they beat Nouns with like very like tanky cores. Like they had like Clef Blissey one of the games. They played Slowbro Greedent. And I don't think the Clef Blissey is good, but the Slowbro Greedent was definitely an insanely good core, which is why we're banning one of these Pokemon. Just because how it works is Slowbro Scald makes it so they do no damage, and you have 2 tanky frontliners like Greedent walking around them while Slowbro scalding them. So it's really annoying, and like Slowbro and Greedent still shit out a ton of damage. So that's why we're banning it. They go with the Greedent, and my team thought Greedent would not be an issue. I want you guys to keep that in mind. They said this Greedent's gonna get shit on. I want you guys to remember that as we go into the beginning of this game. For those who haven't seen this game, maybe if you haven't seen it in a while, you'll be caught by surprise again. But here's a little insight for you guys that I will reveal. Surledge, in my opinion, is the only hard counter to Greedent in the game. Maybe Aegis Slash actually is another second hard counter, but that's not really in the meta right now. But only those two are like really good against Greedent. The rest of the Pokemon, I think Greedent's really good into most of them, or like has an even matchup. So that's why we picked Surledge bot this game. And they did have Clef Gravity, which people might look, oh, you guys have 3 Pokemon that can get canceled by Gravity. But the issue is, if we're like 2-3 levels above them, they cannot kill us with their comp. They have no damage. I really think if they picked like Blaziken last year, it would have been a lot better than Pikachu. I really don't like their comp. Blaziken could have maybe made the comp a bit better. We would have struggled a little more. But we do have Blissey Safeguard as well for the gravity. So that'll cancel out the gravity for at least one of the Pokemon. And let's hop into it. So again, I want you guys to remember, my team said Greedent would not be an issue, that they would farm Greedent. We do think Greedent's good, but they just said the Greedent will be a non-issue, even if it's a good Pokemon. And so, Overlord on his iconic Lucario. They're just going to trade stacks at the start. You see this a lot in competitive, very common. And our Surledge is going to score 2. I'm matching whoever's scoring on their team. I believe it's, I can't even tell. Oh, Umbreon, yeah. Umbreon likes to go score a lot too. And so this Greedent's pretty small so far. Not even level 4 yet. They do get that farm though, which is big. That's really big for Greedent. Even if the Clef dies for its worth. Look at these 2 pink blobs chasing each other. That's so funny. Overlord out secures the Greedent. But because they got the bottom right, the Greedent is not doing bad at all in the lane. That bottom right secure was very necessary. And so he steals the Big B. Look at the Greedent. And he starts coveting on them. Played it insanely well, and they kill everyone. Overlord is gonna manage to get at least one here. But now he dies to Electro Web, yeah. Kind of wasted the full heal. The full heal was maybe he could have lived if he didn't waste full heal, but they said Greedent wouldn't be an issue, and they got triple killed. And we're just in bot lane, like what's going on? And then Kyrios dies solo to Umbreon because he greeted for another stack. And so normally when you're behind like this, a little insight into competitive play is you just want to 5-man somewhere, and like mid Bs is like the easiest thing to 5-man. But because Surledge died at like 8-10, we cannot 5-man mid Bs. So we're still gonna try to make a fight here happen, just because there's nothing to lose at this point when you're behind in the early game. And we do pull out a miracle fight, but that early game was a disaster. So I really think if they had like Blaziken or something, we would have struggled a lot more after that early game. And now we're just gonna 5-man, and the goal of this is we have 3 melees, so you just want to get your attack weight stacks. Attack weight is so important. And so even though we traded scores on bottom path, we don't matter. It doesn't matter. We're happy to get our stacks on everyone. If you don't get them here, you have to trade so much later in the game. You have to trade your entire leads in games to get stacks. Because if we play melees into Clefable and we don't get attack weight stocks on them, it's going to be a nightmare. So it's going to be a 4v3 down here, but Pikachu's joining us shortly, and now it's going to be a 5v4. Again, we're just 5-manning things to make sure we get them. This is what triple melee is really strong at. Overlord has Lucas secure. We do a really good secure with our comp. The one issue though is it's all with our ultimates, right? So Surledge Unite move and Lucario Unite move are really good secures, but you have to use those Unite moves. So it is a big expenditure. And I was screaming back up here, and Overlord decides to go in. He definitely could have just dashed away and he would have been fine. But I guess you do force 3 unite moves, so it's not the worst. Curious just also randomly inted and died before that too, so it's up to me and trainer now to stall, and this is where, again, block lax excels. I'm fully unstoppable that whole time. I have a huge shield, defense, or damage reduction. And trainer's just killing other people as they're distracting on me. We're just going to blow our unites in return to kill them. And this is a really good unite move timer because there's so much farm up. So now this is really common on Blissey. You'll see Otter go to score and die. He just wants to die and score to get unite move back. A lot of the Blissies, like any Blissey players that are watching, need to take notes from this. Like, it is so worth right after unite move sometimes to just go and die for unite move back. I'd say like a majority of the time that's the play you should be making. Overlord gets a bit low there, but he's E-speed, so he has so much farm to go off of. And oh, I wanted to highlight this because they missed this, right? Actually, let me go back. Let me play out what happens. And you'll see, like, we broke their pad. We're pushing their tier 2 now. But all of this happens because of one thing, which is really funny. So I go to score here, but I don't have enough points to break, right? And Overlord has 15 points. That's going to be too much, and he's low health. Blissey's bot. Surledge has too many points as well, and the Mookie has too many points. So how are we going to break this pad? Because if we get the Reggie right now, it's just going to walk in, and it's going to do nothing, really. Well, there's a bottom left farm here, but I just used my heavy slam, which is like my best secure, to go score on the pad. And so I had to out secure 1v2 with an auto attack, which I do. And it's off screen, which I'm so sad about. But I had to out secure the one that farm with an auto attack, and I go back and break it. And that's what makes the next like 30 seconds possible. But like I did not have good odds on that farm. I'd say the odds were like literally like 5% chance I would get it. So trainer gets low there. I buddy barrier him, and he's living on a prayer. He gets safeguarded now, so he's just getting random shields out of nowhere. And we're making miracles happen with this triple melee comp. Overlord ults them on pad. They come back and they Umbreon unite. Now it's going to be a little hard, but we got our kills. We're happy. We stalled enough time. And again, now, even though we didn't push to their tier 2, we get the bottom objective for free. And that's the goal here. The goal is just to not die, get some kills for experience, get the bottom objective. Because here's a quick macro lesson. When you're the team that's behind, the easiest way to get back in the game is to 5-man the second bottom objective, get kills there, get the Reggie, go score on the tier 1 pad, and suddenly you're back in the game. Your points aren't the worst. Your experience is probably above the enemy team. So those are the kinds of plays you should make proactively as the team on the right side, to stop the other team from doing that. Because now any 5-man play they make now is not going to be as effective as if they did it on the bot Reggie, because there's no objective to play around. There's no like huge reward for winning the fight. Even if they kill people now, which they're not, there's like no reward. And so we clean their entire jungle. Overlord's already level 13. And normally to be safe, you want to like you either like 5-man stuff like the next objective, or you can like you want to try to 5-man where they are when you're the team in the lead. But we have Blissey safeguard. We feel confident, so we had 2 people offlaning there, but as soon as we see all 5 of them, obviously we're gonna rotate a match. I try to kidnap the grid in there, but he's very tricky. And you'll see me do this a lot. This is really important in a defender versus defender matchup. I'm heavy slamming to get the Umbreon passive. So Umbreon passive is extremely broken, gives him full unstoppable. It increases his defenses. So if I trade like some of my health right now, which I was running full heal this game just because they're gravity, volt tackle, Umbreon. But if I trade some of my health for the Umbreon passive, it's so worth before a fight breaks out, because that's what makes Umbreon really tanky. And he's actually not a very tanky defender if you get that passive out before the fight. So And now they're trying to 5-man here, but if you look at our macro, we just had these guys sneak around and score 100 points behind them. So they can't even score 100 points. Our pad's only at 29, so we automatically scored more points than them. I do int here because I was trying to Snorlax ult, and now if I Snorlax ulted right... Okay, so I get stunned by gravity, but I just should not have even tried to heavy slam in. I burned my folial earlier on the Umbreon passive, and so that was the int there. After that, we should just let me die. Overlord should try to get out. I think we all get perma-stun though. So that was really bad. But what I should have done is I just sit on the pad here, just literally sit there, do nothing, and I ult when they try to engage. And it is 250, but I want to match their Unite moves. Just because holding on this pad will mean there's so little XP. And I do eventually get my Unite move off, but the issue is I was stunned. And so I didn't get it off in time to save the Blissey, because I have Buddy Barrier. So Blissey was saved. I think we can probably hold on to that pad. But they get a really good combo there. Now they're going to get the top objective, so really well played by them. They did use a lot of Unites, but I think it's worth it to get some XP, and they know that. And so we're looking at this, and we're like, if they try to farm, we should just flip the Ray on spawn, because we have Surledge, who's one of the best flippers in the game. And so what we're going to do is we're going to play really aggressive here, zone them out of the pit, and just full donkey flip. And that's what we do. And no one's there in time. Literally no one. Like, they did not get a tick of damage on that Ray before it died. And so, if I was Tuzzy here after this top play, I would have... yeah, I think you can only prio farming one Unite, so it's probably the Pikachu. You probably just farm the Pikachu Unite. He can get 13-2. And the rest have to, like, 4-man in the Ray pit. Just to get some... just so we can't flip like that. It's too greedy to try to farm multiple Unite moves, you know. And that is this game over. And on to the next game. Oh yeah, none of this matters after. And they picked first pick, which is smart, because again, when we're first pick, we can ban literally all of their picks. We're just doing the same draft here. Sort of. Same game plan. I really think they should have been first picking Miraidon. The Blissey probably did not make much sense. But they want to go Blissey Mewtwo-I, that's why. So this is they beat Nouns with Blissey Mewtwo-I, so I respect it. They're trying to go all out. Now Umbreon and Snorlax are up, but Umbreon is a lot better this game because they have Blissey. And so we're just going our Urshi comp. We were playing the whole tourney. We have Zoro just for the early game. Zoroark is a very good character in the early game and mid game. And they're going on the Blaziken, so they went on most of our comfort picks. The Dodrio's a little sus. They didn't really play this the whole tournament, so I think he should have. They should have done this whole comp, and he still should have played Greedent. He just should have played Greedent. I don't know why they were scared of playing Greedent. The Greedent did well last game, so that's the one thing I would have changed about Tuzzy draft. They should have gone full comfort, like full comfort.
Tuzzy Esports out of Brazil, your purple team. Luminosity Gaming from North America, your orange.
Oh, they went ESP share Mewtwo. I forgot about that. Oh, I hate that. It should have been carry Mewtwo. It should have been Greedent. So, they had the right idea, try to go for their comfort, but Blissey Mewtwo isn't even a good core if it's going to be Mewtwo EXP share. And they did their homework well. They went straight to the bottom right, just because they knew we were doing that buff split strat. So, they get that one for free. However, Mew Secure is really good, so we get the top right one. And now 920 spawns are trying to zone Overlord out. But they cannot zone this Mew because he's ranged. And that's why ranged characters are so good in the lanes. They do get that one though, so really well played by them in the top lane. Our bear is going to be really small this game, so they did really well denying. Now both junglers, if you notice, are going to the opposite L to catch any rotates.
Fennel recently at the World Championships felt like they could flex to just about anything as Dodrio heads down here to the bottom
I
half.
was so tilted by this.
Like they could
So
flex
we get
about anything as Dodrio heads down here to the bottom path.
we get no B, so I don't evolve. But look at my XP. I'm so close for it. We just needed one small. And that was a full coin flip, so I can't believe we didn't knock it a single one.
A lot of this experience as
Oh wait, did we? Yeah, we didn't knock it a single B, so that's really sad.
Dodrio heads down here to the bottom path.
No, we did get a B. We got one small B.
They could flex to just about anything as Dodrio heads
Hold on. Okay, yeah, his passive ticks, so he went from 17 to 9 points, but curious to get one small B.
bottom path.
And I still didn't evolve. I was so close to 4.
They do take a lot of this
And I was like, fuck, am I 4? We could have held this easily. But we're still going to hold because it's good to stall them. They tried dragging me off pad. I XP'd back. Kyrus gets it empowered, and we zoned them off. So, a really good 2v3 by us. The Blaziken not getting stacks at the start of the game is going to make the game very, very easy. You see top lane. Oh, this rotate was insane. I think the casters didn't catch it, but Chris Heroes did catch it. But it's off screen. But Otter just roams down bot and kills the Dodrio. So that's gonna put the Dodrio back so much. So this early game is like going perfectly for us. We got 0 scores top. We killed their jungler. So this is really, really good for us.
here now, level 6.
And now we just invaded,
Here as overlord
killed the Mewtwo Y trying to cover.
of Tuzzy
Dodrio does kill him right on though, so they get some
from the other side. 8
they get some comeback play. So Curious into a little there. But now we're gonna 3-man Bs and they're 3v2, so they're gonna have to back up. I'm just zoning both of them.
Pokemon experience perfectly played there by Luminosity.
And now we're so strong we can just monkey them in their jungle. Try to hunt for some kills. We get the Blaziken focus ban off that, so that's really good. Next time we engage on him, he should be a free kill. And now we're just gonna leave 3 bot just because we want to prio the bot objective, so we're gonna have stronger numbers there. It's only gonna be me and Trainer holding up here. Now Trainer notoriously throughout the whole tournament was not good at holding these, but I actually think he played pretty well here in this 2v4. But then he gets flashed on, so that's unfortunate. He didn't play it that bad. If he hit level 9, he was like a sliver of XP away. He would have held. Now I'm just trying to stall. And the goal is to stall and not die. They almost get me, but I live here. I did not XP sooner because I didn't have it. I just got it back up, so.
Out of that hammock and they are ready to fight.
And now Trainer has the Unite move, so he can play really aggressive here. Really well played by him there. Gets a kill already. They're all low health, and now they can't do top objectives. So if I was Tuzzy here, right, they made a really good play top. They should have just done the top objective. I really hate this this invade. They should not invade. They need to do top right away. And it's not even about like the what it does for them in like the short term, which I mean they just misplay a bit and Trainer gets really good engaged, but it's about long-term gameplay because now that they stalled this, the bottom objective is going to spawn way before top objective. Even if we couldn't contest like this, like and that's really bad. When you're on the left side team, you want both objectives, their second spawn to spawn at the same time. And now we're just gonna 5-man try to push this in, or 4-man. I guess our Muse bot, but we are very strong bot side, so. Overlord's doing blue Urshi things. Oh, this was another thing that was off pad that was really funny, or off screen. So Dodrio ults me and tries to kill me. So just watch me in this fight. I'm engaging with the Overlord. Now I'm trying to kite out. Dodrio ults and tries to kill me. Misses a jump kick. I dodge another boost auto. I did XP, so I had to use XP to do all these dodges. But I dodged two abilities so far. Misses another boost auto, I believe. Three abilities missed. And then Otter helps me with the light screen. I think I get a Resonant Guard proc off my Snarl. So I Snarl, Resonant Guard proc, and he doesn't kill me. So I was 1 HP. Literally 1. Look at my HP.
Stuff there from Luminosity. A little bit of a tough fight, but they were able to dodge that Dodrio Unite move. And they were able to set up a really good moment for them. We have the Zoroark at level 11 right now.
We did try to break bot, but Trainer kind of into there, pulling the farm.
That would be amazing for
Not the worst though that we couldn't break bot right now. We do collect most of the farm down here. And we swept through their jungle again. Again, prioritizing the farm on their side first. Now we know they're set up here, but we're just gonna farm and play very extremely safe. So you can see here, like Curious is in the speed flex zone. I'm on the pad. They're very set up in the bushes, trying to see if we'll walk up and int, which a lot of lower tier teams will. So it's about being aware of timers. We know it's very hard to contest this. And now, as soon as they leave, I get full position in the lane. So you see how much vision I get. This vision control is so important. I'm literally right next to her pad. I get so much vision. So is the overlord. And now we're going to start hitting. And I just literally zone them. And they blow a ton of Unite moves, but our Urshi ulted. And he's doing really well. Trainer gets a really good kill, but he almost goes down. And I just take the Unite move there. I have Buddy again to save, so that's a crucial thing in these comps. I've seen a lot of people try to copy us, but they don't realize that the tank needs to run Buddy Barrier if you don't have a healer. If you're not running a healer or like Blissey, you need the Buddy Barrier to save, because like otherwise these team fights are going to be kind of unplayable, right? When people blow like 4 Unite moves on your speedster, how are they going to live? Like they need a Buddy Barrier to live.
Luminosity in this position right now, and they are so good at keeping their powerful carry Pokemon fed, and you see it here in game number 3.
And now we're gonna this push will be really hard, so we're gonna fish a bit, you know, like what that means is we're just gonna we're gonna look for a fight mid, you know. If we outplay them really hard mechanically in middle and we're able to push it in, then we would push top. But what happened here was actually all 5 of them showed on vision. So we saw 3 there. We saw the Mamo. And then the Mewtwo showed on the top Reggie. So I knew I could score 40 bot. So really bad vision control by them. One person should always stay out of like in like the fog of war is what they call it in most MOBAs, so that we don't know where they are. But they just show us where all 5 are, and that's a free 40 cap bot with no punishment. Now again, they're gonna do a similar play to last game, where they 5-man the bot pad, because they need experience. So using Unite moves here, even if you're not gonna get it back for a raid fight, is much more worth, because the stats that levels give you is much more worth than your Unite move on most characters. They get a huge pick on Curious. Really good Mammoth Swine flash plays here by Soto. And now I'm trying to hold the pad. The Dojiro does not get his cap. And I do ult there to hold. I do believe they Dojiro united. So I was just matching ult again. Yep, they Dojiro ulted. And so I'm just going to match. The Buddy Barrier is going to save Trainer. And now their push is completely nullified. So Trainer is now full health again. Unfortunately, his combo got kind of messed up, but... And now we get the bot objective too, so... Again, exchanging those Unite moves for important objectives, like my Unite move helped us secure the bot, Reggie kept their levels low, and like them using their Unite moves to try to get some levels is really worth. I know like once people get pretty good at Unite, they realize, hey, we should have the Unite move for the objective. And in solo queue, that's... Or for Ray fight, right? We should have our Unite moves for Ray fight. And in solo queue, that's really important. But in competitive, actually trading your Unite moves at like 230 for like levels, for Reggie buffs is actually very worth. So, but if you did the same play in solo queue, it would not be worth. So keep in mind, this is 5-stat gameplay. And okay, so yeah, this fight went really bad. Let's break down what happened. So I don't have Unite move yet. They used Unite moves and died, so they're gonna have Unite move faster than me. So I really do not want to fight right now. However, Overlord is like it's like 3rd game. We're up 2-0. You know, he's level 14. He wants to run at them. They hit a really good Mewtwo Unite here, and Trainer and Overlord both get hit by I think 2 procs of it. It doesn't look like 2 procs, but I believe so. And now they're low. And all they did was kill the Mamo, so definitely not worth. But that was a really good Mewtwo Unite timing. And now Falb is chasing. I just blew all my cooldowns on the Mamoswine, so I can't really help them. And Overlord goes down. Trainer tries to help him, goes in and ults here, but he gets insta-popped by Blissey ult. So they did use Blissey ult to kill Trainer. That's not the worst. No, I could have follow played in there. And most people would. But if you look, they're all low health, so if they try to do it, we can kill them. So I'm just gonna kite out, preserve my HP, and we kill them if they try to do the Rayquaza, because that's the only way they can really win right now. And now they're not doing the Ray. They had a window there where they maybe dash over the wall and try to do it. They would probably die. And now there's 3 here, so I noticed like the Dodrio is playing really far back. The Blaziken is not on overheat. He's on the other moveset right now. So I don't even have to hit this fall play. I just want to stun the Blissey momentarily and our Muse on Solar Beam. And we can get a ton of chunk on them if I stun both of them. And I didn't expect the Blissey actually die. We're just going for chip damage here. But he actually dies. And now the game's over for them. But they did have a window there if Blissey didn't die. I think if they weren't going to do the Ray, there's no point in staying up this far, right? Like, you just need to be able to get in the Ray pit. So even backing up and healing, going around the left side, waiting for your Mamoswine to get back would have been best. They definitely should not play up this far, and we capitalize on that mistake. If they just literally backed up, healed up a bit, their Memos coming back with Unite, it would have been a lot harder. So it's on us to play aggressive here, and they gave us that window. Now we're going top side to zone them from maybe going in. Otter's doing really good here, like trying to play safe, trying to stop them. Now they have the right idea of waiting, but they should have done that before. They engage on Otter, he flashes out. And now again, here's a window where I think, like, fuck it, they should just start hitting the Ray, right? Like, the Blaziken is going to die hitting the Ray, but I think he has to. Like, Blaziken should just dash over, hit the Ray. Dodrio can, like, try attack it from up here. And maybe they can get the flip off. Their only chance is flipping it here. You're not going to have Blaziken to secure, but I think that's your best chance here. But they're playing for the team fight. They have Blissey back now. You want Blaziken to heal up. Mamo wastes his Earthquake there, and that's going to stall a lot of time. Otter's just stalling time here with the Surf. I hit a nice follow play on both of them. Dodrio goes down because of that. Mamo doesn't get a very good Unite move. Now, Overlord still is Unite move because he didn't have it in the first fight. And he's just going in a 1v4. Almost dies for it, but even if he died, it would have been worth. Now we're just going to go score it, and the game's over. So can listen to the casters here.
Taking down every member of Tuzzy Esports, doing it in dramatic fashion as only Luminosity can. The former world champs will now become the champs here at LAIC as our last 15 seconds count down. Tuzzy with an incredible run, the hope for Brazil, but unfortunately it was dashed by some of the greatest to ever play the game. Tuzzy put up a valiant fight, but nothing.
You can just see you can see Overlord like waiting for the game to end, like right here. Him and Kyrios. They just like they're like sighing, leaning back. They're just waiting for the game to end.
Tuzzy put up a valiant fight, but nothing could stop them. Once again, your former world champs are your LAIC champions, Luminosity.
Welcome back, Luminosity Gaming. After what was a year off completely, it felt like. They are back in true form. Otter and Trainer seem to be the last pieces of that puzzle to find their way back to glory here at LAIC and for the rest of this UCS season.
Kyrios always does this face. Look at Kyrios here.
This UCS season.
That face. I don't know if you guys caught it, but yeah, when we got up, the whole crowd was like completely silent. Like I remember after our celebration, we look over, the whole Brazil crowd completely silent, and we didn't know why because they were like cheering us on a little bit. Obviously, we just beat the Brazil team, but we found out after Overlord like stood up before the game ended and like did this to the crowd. like mocking them. And that was not planned. That was a bit cringe. We would not have condoned it if we knew he was going to do it ahead of time, but you know, Overlord does stuff like that. So we are like really good friends with the people on the enemy team, so we scrim them a lot. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. This recap, sorry I'm sick, so I'm a bit out of it. Not the highest quality video, but still wanted to get it out to you guys in a timely manner. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.